Hey guys, so today's video is all about MAC Face and Body Foundation. Now, so many of you have been asking, have I got this? Do I love it? Do I think you should get it? What skin types is it best suited for? All the rest of it. I've never tried it before, so I actually went and purchased my own bottle of Face and Body Foundation so that I could really give it a run for its money. I could show you how I apply it, my first impression, and then give it a really good review so that you guys know whether or not to pick it up. So this is what it looks like when you buy it. It comes in a little black box, same with all MAC stuff, and this is the actual product packaging. Have to say straight up, I hate the packaging. It's just ugly. It's compared to a lot of my other foundations, it's just not pretty to look at, I guess you could say. So this one does come in a 50ml and a 120ml bottle. The 50ml retails in Australia for $49 and the 120ml is $60. So you know, you're getting double the amount for like an extra $10. The thing you do need to know is that they don't actually sell the 120ml bottles at regular MAC counters. You either have to get it at a pro store or you have to buy it on the website online. So now that we've got the price out of the way, we can actually talk about the product. So this one is marketed as a sheer coverage, dewy finish, sort of skin-like foundation. The whole idea of it is that it's, you know, it's going to sort of blur imperfections, but at the same time, your skin is going to continue to look like skin. It's not going to look like a mask. It's not going to look like you've got a stack of foundation on. The other thing that this one is sort of really famous for, I guess you could say, is that it's really, really great for flash photography, beauty photography, things like that. Obviously, face and body, so it's used on the face and the body. So I guess for models, things like that, if you've got scars, psoriasis, eczema, things like that, this is going to be really good to cover it up as well. On the MAC Cosmetics website, it says a fluid foundation that provides low to medium buildable coverage and a flawless natural satin shine finish, skin conditioning, water resistant and long wearing. So dry skin gals, this is probably going to be a really good one for you. I have got regular to sort of oily skin, so we'll see how my skin reacts to this. I've never picked it up because if I'm going to be wearing a foundation, generally I like to just buy a medium to full coverage foundation, and then if I do want to sheer it out, then I can, you know, mix it with a moisturizer or use a beauty blender sponge or something like that to sheer it out. But yeah, I wanted to pick this one up and let you guys know what I think of it. Now in terms of application, I've done a little bit of research and it seems like everybody's completely divided on how to apply this one. Like 50% of the people seem to think that applying it with your fingers is best, and the other half of people seem to think that using a sponge or a brush is best. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to apply it on this side of my face using my fingers and then this side of my face using a sponge. So that way you can see the differences in, you know, the coverage, you can see the differences in the finish, and also we can compare how much product is used for each application method. To start off, as always, I'm going to prime my skin and I'm going to use the Napoleon Perdis Autopilot Primer. This is just a really nice moisturizing primer. It's nothing different to what I would use on an everyday basis, and I think that with a first impression, you really just need to prep your skin like you would on any other day. Alright, so I'm going to go in first applying the product with my fingers. I'm actually going to shake the bottle. It's very, very liquidy. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably can. Very liquidy, and I'm first going to apply it on the back of my hand. So sort of just like one little squeeze, and as you can see, the product is just dripping all the way down my hand. So that just shows how liquid it is. And then I'm going to just dab my finger in it and just sort of pop it all over the face where I want to blend it in. And then I'm going to start to use circular motions and work it into the skin. It's a really nice colour. I've been matched to a C4. Did I tell you guys the shade already? If I didn't, I'm a C4. It's kind of, I don't know, as you blend it in, it starts to get a little bit stickier and it seems to get thicker as well. So I've used half of that amount that was on my hand, and it's really done this entire area. I don't know, for a sheer liquidy foundation, it's actually not that bad. Pop a little bit on my chin here. As you keep working it in, it seems to set a little. Like, it starts off really liquidy and then gets thicker. I don't know if that's going to make any sense to you guys, but that's what I can feel as I'm working with it. So I'm just continuing to blend. It doesn't really take that long to blend out with your fingers. Personally, I hate applying foundation with my fingers. It's just not something that I like to do. I make a mess, I get it all over my clothes, I get it in my hair. But this is actually really easy to blend out with your fingers, so I'm impressed with that. Alright, so that is all the product gone, and with that tiny little pump, well, squeeze with that bottle, it has done a really good job of covering that side of my face. If you have a look, this is my face without it, and this is my face with it. Obviously, it's going to be really, really obvious because my face now matches my neck color, but in terms of the skin texture, my skin looks a lot nicer. It looks glowier, it looks dewy. This looks really healthy. So now I'm going to go on the other side and use a sponge. So I'm going to take the same amount of the product on the back of my hand again, and then I'm going to use a damp Beauty Blender sponge to apply it. Actually, I might dab it all over my face again first to spread it out. And then I'm going to start to just sort of stipple it in with the sponge. Okay, so that's the same amount of product. I think from looking in the mirror that the coverage on this side of my face is way better. So it seems like, for me personally, applying it with my fingers is going to be a better option. This side, the texture doesn't look as smooth and the coverage isn't as good. I can still see quite a lot of redness on my nose and just on my cheek area there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the foundation again. So I've just squeezed out another exact same amount, and I'm going to go and apply a second layer with the Beauty Blender sponge. So applying 2 coats this way will get you the same effect, but obviously you're going to use a lot more product. Okay, so that is the finish effect. My skin does look, it looks dewy, it looks glowy. I like it that it's color corrected and it's, you know, it's gotten rid of redness, but at the same time my skin really does look my own skin. I can still see the texture of my skin and it looks, you know, it's very, very natural looking, but at the same time it just really, really glowy and pretty. So I am really happy with the finish. I am still going to apply some concealer because I still got dark under eye circles. I can still see the redness of these blemishes and whatnot on the face. So you are still going to need to use a concealer if your skin's not perfect. If your skin is perfect, then I'm just jealous because my skin is far from perfect. Alright, so yeah, I'm really happy with that so far. The coverage is definitely sheer to medium and it is buildable. So I think, you know, when I applied the second layer, you could really tell the difference on, you know, the coverage, the impact that made on the coverage. And I think now it looks really, really nice. I'm going to go in with my concealer now. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Hands down, the best drugstore concealer all the way. It's just great. I'm going to pop this underneath my eyes. It's definitely set, like hasn't set completely to the fact where you can, you know, pop your hands on your face and there's no transfer. But it has set to a certain degree. And it just feels sticky, I don't know, kind of sticky-ish. But feeling that now, I think you could definitely get away with not powdering this foundation. Seeing as I've got sort of more oily type skin, I am personally going to powder. Alright, so that concealer has given me a little bit of extra coverage in the areas where I need it. And looking at it now, it looks so nice. It looks really, really pretty, glowy, really dewy, and just, I don't know, I look healthy. I look like healthy. Pregnant healthy. Not pregnant though. Alright, going to go ahead and powder now, and I'm using the Chanel, this is the Natural Finish Loose Powder. I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce the real name because I'm going to totally butcher it, and I am in the shade 40 Dore, or is it Dore? It is translucent, so hopefully it's going to keep that finish for us. I don't want to really mask out the glowiness of this foundation. I'm just going to gently dust this over the face. Alright, so there it is set with a powder. I'm really happy with the colour. The C4 matches my neck really, really well. I don't know if it's showing up quite like that on the camera, but in real life it is matching it really well. And yeah, the finish is really, really pretty. I'm happy with it. I like that it still looks like skin and it's still a reasonable amount of coverage. I probably could have put another layer on to get even more coverage, but I was happy with what I got out of, you know, just that small amount of product. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of my makeup now, and then I am going to come back in about probably 6 hours or so and show you how it's looking then. Right now looking at it, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm really, really happy with the finish, but we'll see how it goes on my oily-ish skin. Okay, so I'm back again. It is now 6:44 p.m. I applied the Face and Body Foundation, I think it was at about 12:30, 1 o'clock this afternoon, so it's been quite a few hours, and I've been very busy. I've filmed 2 videos. I've done 2 freelance clients. I've been down the street. So I have been doing lots of stuff. And to be honest, coming back into these lights and having a look at my skin, it looks really, really good. And for a foundation that's meant to be a dewy finish, I mean, my T-zone looks great. It's not that oily, and I have got oily skin. So normally with a dewy finish foundation, I get quite a bit of, you know, sort of oil through the T-zone. That's completely normal. Everybody gets it, but surprisingly, it's kept the oil at bay really, really well. It also hasn't separated. Sometimes I find foundations separate around my nose or sort of in between my brows. But yeah, no, this foundation has held up really, really well. It's worn off a little bit here, but I think that's because I was scratching my face. So probably got nothing to do with the foundation. But yeah, I'm actually really super impressed with this foundation. Like I said earlier, I'm not so much of a sheer coverage kind of girl, not gonna lie. If I'm gonna spend money on a foundation, I will normally just go all out and get like a medium to full coverage, but I think MAC Face and Body is totally, totally worth it. I think if you've got dry skin, you struggle with flaking dry skin, or you struggle to get your skin to look really glowy and dewy and fresh, I think this foundation is going to be a really, really good one for you. 100% think that you should apply it with your fingers. A, it's quicker. B, you use less product. And C, the finish is so much prettier. Like, it just looks way nicer when you apply it with your fingers. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. Just make sure you wash your hands before and after. I'm sure you'll be fine. You know, just one of those things. I really, really love it. I don't feel like even after about 6-7 hours, I don't feel like I need to touch up. I don't feel like I need to repowder. I think I could definitely, if I wanted to go out tonight, I could just slap some lipstick on and I would be fine. You know, I wouldn't need to reapply it or anything like that. It's held up really, really well during the day. Would I repurchase it? 100%. And I definitely recommend you guys try it out. I think that you'll really, really, really like it. Just bear in mind that it's very liquidy and it is more of a sheer to medium buildable coverage. So yeah, don't buy it and expecting to get full cake face out of it, because you're not going to achieve that. So I'm going to take some flash photos and insert them now so that you guys can see how well it photographs. Yeah, other than that, I think if you're eager to try it, 100% do it. I think you'll love it. So thanks guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried MAC Face and Body and your opinion of it and your experience. I love hearing how you guys go with certain products. So yeah, do let me know. And I hope you're all having an awesome Friday. Well, it's Friday here. It's probably not Friday wherever you are or when this is uploaded. But yeah, I'm having a boring night. I'm going to make dinner and watch TV with the cat. Yeah, I'm rocking on a Friday night. So thanks guys so much. I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye. I've barely even touched on it. I did want to show you all of my foundations though, because a lot of you always ask for like a video about how like my foundations and what I've got and stuff. So yeah, so I've got 2 of the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous ones. They look grotty as I really